everybody. I'm with my very good friend and longtime friend. Well, not long. She's not that old. I'm older. But it's Kim Matheson. She owned her own business in the spa channel. She's done consulting. She's with WTS International. How are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for connecting, Allan. I really appreciate it. And I've been with WTS 5 years now. How about that?
No, it hasn't been.
Yeah, it's been 5 years. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I always say this, the days are long, but the years are short, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but yes.
You told me just a minute ago, you're not in your New York City home, you're in your New Hampshire house? Or
Vermont. I'm real
Vermont.
close to Killington, and we're just gonna, ride it out here. And I'm grateful to be here, and I feel bad for my brethren in New York City, so.
Yeah, well, we all do, because they're in a crisis, partly of their own doing, but part of it is because nobody could change anything. This is the way the world is today.
Yeah, as unfortunate as that is, it's true. I'm seeing some silver linings. But
tell me about silver linings.
Well, I've been really impressed with how the wellness industry has kind of leaned in. I've been doing the Deepak Chopra and Oprah meditation, the 21-day meditation series. And I'm not much of a meditator, but I tell you what, it really does put me in a better frame of mind. Early on, the Global Wellness Institute had some early calls, and there were people from like 50 countries and talking about, what they had experienced, and they were primarily ahead of the United States. But then one of those conversations, one of the executives from Mindful was on, and he offered their services for free because we all know that people's mental health right now is fragile. And then seeing some facilities in New York, Inscape and The Well are sending out massive, opportunities to participate. Les Mills is doing some programs. So we're just trying to get our arms around them and provide it back to our team, because I think our team needs buoying right now. It's hard out there.
I like what you say. I like the expression silver lining. I've been using a light at the end of the tunnel, even though it might be smaller than the little green light on my MacBook Pro, but it's still a light down the tunnel. I've talked to a number of spa owners this week who said they're surviving because they've had good online stores. So they're taking orders, and frankly, any order is cash in the bank. It lets you pay your rent and your bills and stay alive at this point.
That's right. So I think gift cards, there's an uptick in yoga at home. Like buying yoga mats, and people are just trying to figure it out at home. And thankfully, there's a lot of virtual support for people to be able to, follow through with that.
Well, and we know, look at God bless truck drivers, et cetera. I can hear the UPS and the FedEx trucks going down. They're every day. I see them. I know people are ordering stuff. It's just, what are they ordering, and how is everybody getting ready for the comeback? Because we're hoping for short and deep, right? I've talked to, in fact, yesterday I talked to my friend Christina Cabrera. She runs the big Waldorf La Quinta spa down here, and she said she has scrubbed every single inch of that massive spa. They've replaced carpet, they fixed the paint, they are doing online classes. She's getting her physical education, training. People have seemed to stop worrying about the sky falling. We all know it fell. Okay, we got it. But now ours is not an industry, thank God, that stays down.
Yep. And we've seen historically that the salon business has kind of held its own, and spas, and when they, luxury became a naughty word, and that we took a hit. But I feel like we're interwoven with wellness now, and I think that we're more relevant than ever in what people are going to need and look for when we do come back and are able to travel and interact. And
more of those spa director things. I'm going back to Christine. I'm using her as my my stanchion today. She said they did a complete inventory. they looked at stuff, said, oh my God, how is this still here? We need to get rid of it. It's the things you don't do when you're smoking busy every day. Okay, we're getting rid of that. She's putting together some rough draft orders. We need to fill in these products and, get ready. So people are making good time of the time that they have. And I think we talk about meditation, you have to make the leap of faith, but I believe so much of our industry, positive thinking helps the universe get back on track, if I can make that leap of faith with you.
I think that's fair. And, as I mentioned earlier, is, our operations, most of them have been closed. However, on the flip side is that we still have new opportunities coming in. The projects that are on the board, most of them haven't canceled. So, I mean, and some of them may, but we're feeling pretty optimistic that, we'll be back in business for sure, that we're busy right now crafting new futuristic spa and wellness centers. And I think the future remains bright. And I just hope, that we can carry this sense of social responsibility forward.
Can I tell you, I will be the first person to run back to the first spa you open.
I know. Who doesn't need a good massage right now?
And probably a facial by now as well. So.
Oh yeah, manicure, pedicure, haircuts. Who's cutting your hair, Alan? I can see that you've got it cut. How'd you do that?
Because my grandsons were here visiting for spring break. They're 12 years old. Right before this happened, they wanted haircuts, and I went, "Oh crap! I should get a haircut while I'm in there." And so,
why not?
God, I got them all trimmed down right. But that's a number 3 blade. Looks like a number 5. I got trimmed right before.
You're lucky.
Kim, you mentioned 2 things earlier. I think so important: inspections and sanitation.
Yeah. Well, just yesterday I was on, I think, Questex American Spa, I think, put it on, and Rejuvenate presented, and they just did a really thorough job in terms of what the requirements are now to prevent infection and how we address that, and taking this opportunity to really make sure we're following the rules, and then also, how we communicate that out, and that our team is credentialed, and these are the, steps that we're taking to keep you safe. And so I felt very good about that. The one big question mark that I left that call with is, okay, so if you have soft upholstery in your spa, what do you do now? Because the beds are okay, the linens we can wash, we can wipe down the, any hard surfaces, but the fabric that's, what are we going to do about that? And no one had an answer yesterday, but it's something that we're going to I imagine it's a great business opportunity for somebody. But
you just made something pop into my mind. And my parents never did, but this was my grandmother's house.
She had plastic slip covers, right? Maybe, I don't know.
All the soft upholstery had
with
covers.
Doilies underneath.
It's unbelievable. But the nature of the beast is this kind of thinking. Like someone mentioned to me to the other day, they were looking into how they were going to buy plastic disposable liners for like the bins for the sheets and the linens, because you can't just throw it into a canvas bag anymore. Maybe it has to go into plastic in the bin, and then you throw the plastic away and reline the bag. I mean, all these things. So lemon to lemonade, right? A lot of good things will come out of this as well.
Right. But then that makes me think, well, we're not supposed to use plastic, right? Well, I don't know.
Hey, honey, I live mostly in California, so don't talk to me about plastic. Well, okay. And my water bottle is 26 ounces of Pogo stainless steel that I can also throw in the dishwasher. So I'm long done with plastic bottles, but things like straws and plastic sheets and the newspaper, it's raining today. The newspaper comes in a plastic bag. It's like every time I see a piece of plastic, I go, how can I reuse it? That's my first thought, is what can I do with this?
Well, and we've been doing some takeout. That's the big event. We've been doing takeout once a week. And then when you come back with all the materials that they pack that in, you kind of feel bad. Well, anyway, that's a rabbit hole in and of itself. But it's like, I don't know how we're going to address it, but we will.
We just got takeout from the rib joint, and they're using that compostable, what do you call that? Reused.
Well, recycling, whatever. There was one group that did that, and I felt really good about them. In fact, I want to go back to them because it was like they remake it, right? And it's more paper, but it worked.
Conversely, we had the Chinese food takeout. You know, that comes in the styrofoam or the not. That stuff has like a half-life of 500,000 years, right? What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to have this.
I don't know.
I have Joanna Roche in a couple days. She's the executive director at Green Spot Network. So she and I are going to cover a lot of that stuff when I get to the conversation. But Kim, I know you're busy with over 100 spas. You guys have a lot going on, and I really appreciate you spending a few minutes for our guests with you today as well.
Yeah, I thought I might just close by saying that what we're focused on right now is we have 3 task force groups, and it's about our team and trying to take care of them and stay in close communication, and about sanitation, which we just talked about, and then revenue generation. And of course, that's the task force I'm going to be on because I really believe in it. So I think there's a lot of creative things that are going to come of this. And so hopefully we can talk again and I can tell you about some of the progress that we've made.
Good, we will do it. By the way, you echo my dad, may he rest in peace, had 8 retail stores in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. His favorite words were, managers would complain about stuff and he would look at them deadpan and go, ring the cash register. It covers all evils, right?
Keep it busy.
When you generate revenue, all the other things that are bothering you, it's amazing how they seem to go away, right?
Yeah.
Kim, God bless you and your family. I always love catching up with you. And my best to Gary and Jackie and Ralph and Susie. And
I will. They're all doing great. Thank you, Allan. And all the best to you and to our wonderful spa and wellness community.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Doing yours best. Thanks, Allan. Talk to you soon.